to Alvarez versus Meltzer, the show where I challenge the star rating of the one and only Dave Meltzer. My name is Ryan Alvarez, and today we're taking a look at the end of an era Hell in a Cell match between Triple H and The Undertaker with special guest referee Shawn Michaels from WrestleMania 28 in 2012. So the history with this trio of guys is pretty extensive. So I'll give you the abridged version here. Undertaker defeated Triple H at WrestleMania 17. Defeated Shawn Michaels at 25, 26. And then at the WrestleMania prior to this one, which would be WrestleMania 27, probably the best match on the card, on a god-awful card. Undertaker would defeat Triple H. So now we're leading up to 28. So we've been getting Triple H challenging Undertaker again. And we're getting these pre-taped responses. We're not seeing like this portion of the Undertaker's head. You know, he's in his hood and whatnot. So this is the first time we see his shaved head. Yes, this is the one right here. But to back it up just a hair, backstage we get Matt Striker with HBK, who says this match is the end of an era. Either it will be the end of the streak or the end of the game. Either way, that's a lie. I want to get more into that at the end. I don't want to waste time here at the beginning. We do get JR as the special guest commentator for this one. Commentary notes that the reason Undertaker shaved his head is because he cut his hair every day Triple H did not accept his WrestleMania challenge. No. Let's get into the real reason. The Undertaker wasn't supposed to wrestle this year at this particular WrestleMania. He shaved his head. Then he got the call, hey, can you do this? So they worked that into the storyline, which is very strange. How they're just like, oh, the Undertaker is obsessed with Triple H. He has the streak. He doesn't need that. So let me know what your thoughts are about that in the comments. But to start the match, we're back and forth. The camera angles outside are jarring because every time somebody is Irish whipped, like into the camera path or angle, it's like camera angle, camera angle, camera angle, camera angle. And if you've ever seen that clip from a handful of years ago, I think Seth Rollins was involved in it. I'm not 100%. But somebody's hitting somebody with a chair shot, and then somebody's recording it on their phone from the crowd, and the cameraman is just like with chair shots, it's like boom, boom, boom. And it's like, why do we need to do this? It's so dumb. Just show him getting the crud beaten out of him with a chair. Just like here. We couldn't have like shimmied off to the side, like to the other side of the ring that wasn't being used, and just shoot the dang shot? I don't know. But Taker's all over Triple H to start here. So much that Shawn starts to check on him. Taker shoves HBK out of the way so he can get back on the offense. In the ring, Triple H trying to get some offense going with a face buster. But Taker is unaffected. He hits a clothesline. He hits old school. Triple H is now on the outside. Taker hits Triple H in the face with the top portion of the steel steps, then puts the base of the ring steps in the ring. That's not going to come into play later, huh? Taker hits a leg drop on the apron, but Triple H hits a very quick DDT to bring us back to square one. Trips goes for a pedigree on the steps, but Taker counters with a back body drop. Taker off the ropes, and he hits a spine buster on the steps. Taker was writhing in pain after that spot. Trips does go for the pin, but Taker locks in Hell's Gate. on the steps. He counters the submission with a power bomb for a near fall. This is very good back and forth. Triple H now has a steel chair. He's in full control. Multiple chair shots to the back of Taker, forcing Shawn to try and stop Triple H. Some tension now between Triple H and Shawn Michaels, as he's telling HBK, if you want to end it, end it. Tripp shoves HBK out of the way, delivers more chair shots to The Undertaker. HBK asks Taker again, camera's right in his face, and then he just gets the response, don't stop it. And he's very lethargic and just giving that effect that he's just out of it. More chair shots from Triple H, yelling at Shawn now to end it. He does it, so he gets his trusty sledgehammer. It's not the first time I will say sledgehammer in this episode. He's vowing to finish it. A sledgehammer shot to the head of Undertaker won't get Triple H the win. It's a near fall. Triple H about to cave Undertaker's skull in with the sledgehammer, just bring a straight 12-6. Shawn pulls it away from him, pulls it out of his hands. HBK continues to check on Undertaker as he wants to end it to protect him. He locks in Hell's Gate instead, and Triple H breaks up with another sledgehammer shot to the head. Triple H goes for another one, but Taker takes him to Dick Kick City, locks in Hell's Gate, and Triple H is out, not moving, but there's no ref to make the call. So who's the only referee that can save the day? Little Nate. Full sprint straight down to the ring. He comes in to replace Shawn as the referee. While he's getting in the cell, Triple H gets up. He gets caught with a choke slam. Little Nate makes the pin. It's only good for a near fall. Taker gets up and choke slams him. I don't really know why. There wasn't any prior animosity, or maybe it was just in frustration for him not getting down to the ring fast enough. I don't know. It's very out of character right now. Taker goes for a tombstone, trips, slips out, pushes him into Sweet Chin Music, right back into a pedigree, and Taker kicks out. I made note when we talked about the WrestleMania 25 match between Undertaker and Shawn Michaels, that the back and forth there in the back half of the match where it was Sweet Chin Music Undertaker kicked out, and it was like 299 repeating. This is the same. This is the closest that we've seen, or that we've felt, that the streak was going to come to an end. One Sweet Chin Music, you're like, oh, well, he might kick out of that because it's a slow recovery, he's crawling over. This was bang, Sweet Chin Music, bang, pedigree, bang, right on the pin. So this is the first moment, really, where we were like, wow, this could really be over. But that's not enough. Triple H, sledgehammer in hand now, cut off by HBK, trying to reason with him. Triple H throws him out of the ring. Triple H then turns around from that, and Taker just sits up. Gets on a good little offensive run there. Hits a tombstone. Triple H kicks out. Both men on their knees, just throwing bombs, just out of pure exhaustion. They slowly get back to their feet. Triple H connects with another pedigree. Taker kicks out again. Taker gets a chair while Triple H has a hand on his sledgehammer. Taker steps on it, shakes his head as Triple H is like, okay. Taker lays in some absolutely vicious chair shots until he almost destroys the chair. Taker is now yelling at Triple H to stay down. A good nod back to not only this match, but last year's match. When Triple H is in the middle of the ring, Taker's flat on his belly. Stay down! But Triple H slowly getting to his feet, makes one more charge with the sledgehammer, but is too weak to connect with anything. So he's back in the corner, purely exhausted. He's looking around. One crotch chop later, Taker hits Triple H with the sledgehammer, then a tombstone. Taker gets the win. And if the match would tell you, it's the end of an era of the game. Like, it's the end of the game. We'll get to that in a second. With that being said, do I agree with Meltzer? No. I feel like his grade was purely nostalgia-based, and not that I didn't grow up watching all three of these guys. I've said it in every single video I've done here on Podcast World Order, that I've grown up watching professional wrestling. I grew up, in the mid to late 90s, during the WCW WWF days, and then turn of the 2000s, and I've watched it. I'm giving this 3.5 stars out of 5. I'll get to the match in a second. I want to go back to the beginning of this episode. HBK says it's going to be the end of an era, and I responded either way. It's a lie. So Triple H loses here. And he still competes. So it's not the end. It's not the end of the game. Don't put a tagline on something if it's not going to mean anything. This would be a really great moment to talk about. This was WrestleMania 28 when they had Once in a Lifetime between The Rock and John Cena. And then next year have it again because John Cena lost and he blamed The Rock on his marriage failing. Like, that's for another video. I'm sorry. But we would get him headline WrestleMania 32 with Roman Reigns and even win that year's Rumble. But on the flip side of that coin, at WrestleMania 33, Roman Reigns defeats The Undertaker, leaves his ring gear in the ring, symbolizing retirement. However, he would go on to wrestle Rusev and be in that god-awful Crown Jewel match, and Goldberg. And it's another handful of matches for his retirement ceremony last year in 2020. Retirement means nothing. End of something means nothing. That's just the WWE way. Stop putting taglines on things if they don't mean anything. The end of an era means nothing because nothing ended. What did you think about the match? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Please take a moment to like, share, and subscribe, as well as check out our social media links in the description below. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time on Alvarez versus Meltzer.